Hello and welcome to Gear Bill Football. Experts, also Real Bills now. It's the Buffalo Bills schedule rundown. I'm Dave Cres, and today I am joined by Brendan Harrington. Brendan, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are yourself, Dave?
I'm pretty good, thanks for asking. But as you know, if you're listening on Get Real, that every time I split, I did 16. Louis did 16 schedule rundowns. But I wanted Brendan on because he knows a thing or two about the Bills, and we got our own Bills blog going, so we thought we'd just put it up there. So here we go. We're going to be going over the Buffalo Bills 2013-2014 schedule. So how about let's start off, Brendan, Week 1, home against the Patriots. Brendan, what do you think?
I think the Bills will come out with a win in this one because the tight end position was a huge role in the Pats' winning season the last couple of seasons. Aaron Hernandez and Rob Gronkowski. And Aaron Hernandez obviously isn't going to be on the team. They released him after the murder scandal, which was insane. And Rob Gronkowski doesn't look like he's going to be ready either. So Tom Brady, what am I going to see? He has Danny Amendola. That's pretty much it. And right now, Donald Jones might actually start for them. This former Bill. So we'll look for that. And Bills are going to come out 1-0.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I have to agree with that. I mean, if they can just get, they took the tough loss last year, Week 1 against the Jets, and if they can just come out with I think their defense is better. They got Kiko Alonso, who I'm currently doing an article about, and their defense has just improved. Mario Williams should be fine to go. He had 10.5 sacks last year. Their offense, like you said about the tight end thing, I mean, we'll get more into that on our next podcast, but it's still going to be a very good game. I mean, Gronk most likely is not going to be ready because of his 5 surgeries. And Jake Ballard is their number 1 tight end. I mean, he's good, he's solid. He had a very big contribution to the Giants' Super Bowl in 2011, but definitely a huge step down from Gronk and Hernandez. So,
I agree.
So Week 2, we both got them 1-0 against the Panthers, another home game. Brendan, what do you think about this one?
I have them marked down as a win, but that'll be a good game. Cam Newton is an improving quarterback. They didn't have many wins last year, but I think they're going to be a much improved team this year. They don't have much of a running game. They have Jonathan Stewart and D'Angelo Williams. And the Bills have a great running game and a pretty good offensive line. They just need a left guard right now, and I think the Bills' offensive line will be pretty good.
How about you? Yeah, I was just rambling on last Cardinals podcast about how I think it's so stupid how the Cardinals, or the Panthers, have kept these 2 running backs, Stewart and Williams, for the past few years. Same thing, and they really haven't been too productive. I think they should get the gist that it's not going to work out. When your quarterback is your leading rusher, I mean, even though it's Cam Newton, who's maybe the most mobile quarterback in the league, when your main job is to run the ball, you should be having more rushing yards than a player who's supposed to throw the ball, not run. So
yeah, I agree.
So I'm gonna give.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna give the win here to the Panthers, though. I think Cam Newton's too dynamic for the Bills to completely stop him. Their defense is gonna be good. Luke Kuechly's gonna have another good year like last year. He led the league in tackles. So I'm going to give the win to the Panthers.
Alright. I think the Bills were able to stop Cam Newton this year, though, because they have a well-improved defense. They stocked up at safeties, DBs, and they got Kiko Alonso is going to be really great this season. I think they'll be able to stop Cam Newton, but you have your own opinion.
Alright.
I say 2-0, you say 1-1 so far.
So Week 3 at the Jets. How about you give us yours?
I think this quarterback battle this game will be Kevin Cobb versus Mark Sanchez. That's a question.
No.
And I think that Kevin Cobb will come out the winner. I have them marked down as 3-0 after this one. I think the Jets are just a complete mess.
Yeah.
They don't have many receivers. They only have Chris Ivory as their running back. The Bills have plenty of receivers, and I just think their running game is a lot better than the Jets, and their defense might actually be better with the old Jets defensive coordinator, Mike Patton, who's a great defensive coordinator in my mind so far. How about you?
I have to disagree. I mean, even though the Bills are the better team, they seem to lose some of these games to the Jets. They just seem to have their number. I mean, even though Darrelle Revis isn't going to be in New York anymore, they still have Antonio Cromartie, who's definitely a top 10 corner. And I think it's going to be Geno Smith. Actually, no, I don't think Geno's going to start. I think he should start, but Sanchez is still going to start out. I don't know why. I mean, you said the two people who shouldn't start, but it looks like it could be both of them. I mean, it's clearly got to be Manuel and Geno Smith. So that's going to be interesting to see. So you have the Bills at 3-0. After that, I've got them at 1-2. Moving on to Week 4 against the former Super Bowl champion Ravens. I'm gonna have to give another loss to the Bills here. I mean, it just seems like they can't. These are some tough games at the beginning of the year. For them, Flacco is going to be tough. Ray Rice is definitely going to be trouble to stop. Torrey Smith, that's going to test how our safeties can do on that deep ball, and definitely how our linebackers recover against Dennis Pitt and Dickerson. So that's going to be interesting to see. But I'm going to give it to the Ravens.
I think the Ravens will also win. I think the Bills will fall to 3-1. But it's not because of the defense. I think it'll be because of the Ravens' nice defense. So our offense is going to struggle a little bit against them. They got Elvis Dumerville, and I don't think we'll be able to get past them, even though they have a few losses in the defense.
All right, so moving on to Week 5.
3-1.
So moving on to Week 5 at the Browns for Thursday Night Football. I think it's going to be a win for the Bills last year. The Bills' one night game was against the Dolphins on Thursday night, Week 11, and the Bills won it. The Bills-Browns have a history of awful games, and I don't think this one's going to be all that interesting, but I'm going to give it to the Bills. Hopefully Manuel's in, but I don't think it really matters. The Browns aren't the best team. I'm not a big fan of Brandon Weeden. If they can stop Trent Richardson, it should be an easy win.
Yeah, Thursday Night Football. The Browns will have a lot of fans at this game because it's a night game.
Yeah.
It'll be exciting for Cleveland. I think the Browns are going to start off the season pretty well, but I think the Bills will pull out this win. The Browns don't have much star power except Trent Richardson on their offense, and I think the Bills will just stop Brandon Weeden like they did last year.
All right, so moving on from that, Week 6, what do you have, Matt, so far?
4-1. How about you?
2-3. So week 6, the Bengals. How about you give us yours? Your opinion.
I think the Bills will fall in this game. AJ Green is just too much for probably Stephon Gilmore will cover him, and Andy Dalton. He's a pretty good quarterback right now, even though he's pretty young. Their defense looks really well. I don't know many players in the defense, but their defense is pretty good. So I think they'll just stop Kevin Cobb in the Bills offense, and the Bills will fall to 4-2. How about you?
I'm gonna agree with you there. I think the Bengals, AJ Green, and it's just too dynamic for the Bills to stop him there. Andy Dalton's not the best QB, but I still think he can have trouble. The Bills are gonna have trouble stopping Green. I also like Mohamed Sanu. He's gonna be a sleeper. They drafted Tyler Eifert, and they still have Jermaine Gresham. So that's also help for the receiving core. And like you said, their defense is pretty good too. So I just don't think the Bills are going to be able to win that one. So week 7 in Miami against the Dolphins. What do you think they're going to do in this one?
The Bills don't usually play very well against the Dolphins, but I'll give them the W here. They'll improve to 5-2 in my opinion, and I see them beating the Dolphins. The Dolphins did much on defense. The Bills have a lot of star power this year. And, well, you can't really tell because Week 7 and there's injuries, but I say they'll improve to 5-2. How about you?
I'm gonna agree with the win here, but I'm gonna only have them improve to 3-4. I don't think Mike Wallace is gonna have a big year, even though he had a big contract signing from free agency. I think he's gonna be a bit of a bust. So if the Bills can stop him, and I think the Spiller can have a good game down there, and I think the Bills can get this one, making them 3-4 for me. What about for you?
5-2.
So now to go to Week 8 at the Saints. I think this one's going to be a loss. I don't think that the Bills will be able to stop Drew Brees. I mean, I like the Saints receiving core. They have Jimmy Graham, the best receiving tight end in the league. Marcus Colston's getting a little bit old, but he's still going to be very productive. I like Lance Moore. He's a good receiver, too. I think he's a bit underrated. And they have Darren Sproles, the best receiving, or arguably the best receiving tight end or running back in the league. So all that weapons at.
I think this Saints game might be compared to the 49ers lost last year. I don't think there's even a chance the Bills will win this game. It might be a 30-point difference. I have them falling to 5-3. Drew Brees is just too good. Their offense is too good. They got Darren Sproles. I think they're just gonna tear us apart.
Yeah, I've been falling to 3-5. So Week 9 against the Chiefs. I think this one's gonna be a win here. I think the Chiefs are gonna have a better year than last year. I mean, clearly there's nowhere to go but up. But I was actually surprised to see how bad they were. But now they added Andy Reid as their head coach. They're working on a new pistol offense. So I think they're gonna have a better year. Maybe at least 6 wins for the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think the Bills will win this one. Alex Smith, their new quarterback. I think he tore his part last year in San Francisco, so you never know what can happen in this game. But
he also had a better team around him too. So
yeah, true. But the Chiefs have a lot of star power along with the 49ers, maybe even more.
No, not
the
more.
The 49ers defense is really good. I think they might. Jamal Charles, Dwayne Bowe. That's 2 really good guys. Name 2 guys that even compare to on the 49ers.
To Jamal Charles, Frank Gore.
To Jamal Charles and
who?
Frank Gore.
Well,
and Dwayne Bowe.
Okay, but Colin Kaepernick's better than Alex Smith, clearly. Their defense blows them out of the water. Frank Gore's not too far behind Jamal Charles. Well, he is, but he's not, like, completely awful. And then, I mean, if Michael Crabtree was there, it'd be debatable. But, I mean, he's not. But still, Anquan Bolden, Vernon Davis, I still like the 49ers receiving core better.
I don't know about that one. I'll give it to you, though, because, I don't know. They obviously had a lot more wins, but their defense was just too good.
Right.
Nobody could get past them.
Exactly, but it's the same defense. So
yeah. I'm not saying the Chiefs are going to win this game. I'm just saying that the Chiefs will have a good offense this year.
Yeah. So moving on, 4-5 for me. What about you?
6-3.
All right. Week 10 at the Steelers. I think this is actually going to be another win for the Bills. I think he can pull it out. Who knows if Ben will be healthy? I mean, he usually gets injured a lot, but he tends to fight through injuries. They lost Mike Wallace, so now their number 1 receivers, Antonio Brown and Emmanuel Sanders, are the receiving core. I mean, Heath Miller, he should bounce back from that injury, but if he doesn't, that's also going to leave a hole. I mean, Le'Veon Bell, he could have a big year, but we don't know about that, so I'm going to give it to the Bills.
This is actually a loss for the Bills in my opinion. The Bills don't have a good history against Pittsburgh. Their last game they played against them, they actually lost to them in overtime with the Stevie Johnson drop. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
I just don't like the Bills in this one. I don't even know who's going to be quarterback in this one, because whoever starts the season as a quarterback might not even make it to week 10 as quarterback, but we'll have to see. So I have the Bills falling to 6-4.
Alright, so week 11 now, home against the Jets, second matchup of the year. I had them losing in the first match. Hold on. So week 11 against the Jets. I think this is going to be a win. I mean, I think they're going to bounce back from that week 1 loss, and I think they can pull up the win here.
I say they're going to win. And I think they're going to sweep the series against the Jets this season. The Jets just are a mess. And the Bills are an up-and-coming team, so...
Alright. So week 12 brings us to the bye. Week 12, I've got them at 6-5. They fought back from a 2... Yeah, they fought back from a 1-3 record to 2-4 to 6-5.
That's hot streak. I have them 7-4 going into the bye.
Alright. Well, I don't think there's going to be any argument here. But you have them 7-5? Wait, that's impossible.
Oh, yeah, 7-5.
How?
They're not going to beat the Falcons. Wait.
You mean 6?
Oh, 7-4.
7-4? Okay. So...
Yep, my bad.
I don't think there's any argument here. Week 13 against the Falcons. That's a no-brainer. So I'm going to give that one to the Falcons here. I just think that Roddy White and AJ Green, or Roddy Wright and Julio Jones are too dynamic to stop. Well, I'm saying dynamic a lot. Too hard to stop, and not to mention the fact that they have Tony Gonzalez, who's also going to be a big threat at tight end. Jacquizz Rodgers can catch passes, and Steven Jackson can catch out of the backfield as well. Steven Jackson alone's another problem for the Bills to stop, so I'm going to give it to the Falcons.
Yeah, I think this could be a repeat from the Seahawks game last year in Toronto. It's just last year Russell Wilson tore us apart in Toronto.
So you think,
but I think the Bills are still going to be in the race by the time they play in Toronto. So 7-5.
So you think Matt Ryan's going to run for 3 touchdowns?
No, I'm just saying how dynamic their offense is going to be. Not anything with Matt Ryan. What?
Is it ironic that this one is in Toronto? Or did you know that? Is that why you said it?
I knew it's in Toronto.
Oh, alright. So week 14 at the Buccaneers. That's going to be another good game here, but I'm going to give it to a loss to the Bills. Freeman's going to be under tough this year because Mike Glennon drafted 3rd round for them. He's going to start if Freeman doesn't produce this year. It's last year on the contract, so if he doesn't produce, they're not going to re-sign him. So I think that the Bucs can win this one.
Yeah, I think the QB battle in this one will be E.J. Manuel versus Mike Glennon because Josh Freeman did not play well at all last year. He was actually one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL.
Interesting. I mean,
I think it will be Mike Glennon versus E.J. Manuel, and I think Mike Glennon will win it. So 7-6.
All right, interesting. I have them 6-7. Week 15 against the Jags. This is a win. This is a no-brainer. It's the only no-brainer. Jags are awful. Mike Kafka is being debated as their starting QB. There's no way the Jags are going to win this game at all.
Alright, I think the Jags are going to be a lot better than people think. Chad Henne.
No.
Cecil Shorts.
Okay.
Blackman after week 4. Blackman, yeah, Blackman.
After week 4,
at the end of the year.
He suspended the first 4 games.
Yeah, I'm talking about week 15.
But he is again this year. Blackman suspended the first 4 games again.
They're going to have MJD back. I think they're going to be a better team than a lot of people think, but I still think the Bills are going to pull this one off.
Their only defense, the
only problem,
their defense isn't that great. All they have is Paul Leslie, who's good.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The bad thing about them is their defense.
Yeah. So I've got that win. Got them at 7-7. What about you?
I have them at 8-6.
All right. So then, week 16 against the Dolphins. I think they're going to drop this one. Split with the Dolphins this year. I don't think you're going to win this one. So they had a shot to go 9-7, but I think they're going to lose it to the Dolphins, making them 7-8.
This is probably going to be probably the only snow game the Bills play, unless we play a snow game at Patriots week 17.
Yeah.
I think the Bills are going to lose this one somehow, even though the Dolphins can't play in the snow.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to fall to 8-7.
Yep, I agree with that. Except not to 8-7, to 7-8, and then finally week 17 against the Patriots. I'm gonna give a loss here. I don't think they can sweep the Patriots this year. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots sweep us like they usually do. So I'm gonna give it to the Patriots in this one.
Yeah, I say the Bills follow the 8-8 in this one also. And they finish the season 8-8. I don't think the Patriots are going to be in the run by the time Week 17 pulls around. I don't think they're going to the playoffs this year with all the key losses that they have.
Yeah,
so far.
I think they're going to make it win the division, because who's going to beat them? You think the Dolphins are going to have a above-average record, over 500?
If the Bills can actually win 8 games, I think they might have a chance to win the division.
I don't know. Oh, we'll see how Louis. Actually, I don't know who does. I'll check who has the Patriots schedule, but.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Alright. I have one question.
Oh, I have the Patriots. Oh, yeah, what is it?
Alright. Who do you think is going to start for the Bills week 1?
I think it's going to be Manuel.
I say Kevin Cobb. Who do you think is going to start week 17?
Manuel.
That's the Pats also. Manuel?
If Cobb starts, Manuel's well, unless he's hurt. But if it goes playing wise, it's gonna be Manuel. I think if Cobb starts, Manuel will come in. Well, I don't think they're gonna pull Manuel if he's healthy.
I say that Cobb will play about 10 games or so.
Alright.
Due to injury or due to his poor play, I don't know. What are the other?
Alright, so I've got him finishing at 7-9. You got him at 8-8. So what you been working on for the blog lately?
Me, I've been working on state of the position. So far, I have running back, wide receiver, and tight end done.
Are you doing quarterback? Are you doing quarterback?
Am I doing what? Quarterback? Yeah, either that or offensive line will be next, and then I'll go to the defense.
Alright, cool. Yeah, I've been working on Kiko Alonso one. That'll be up soon. And then I just did one about the rookie receivers, and I'm also going to do about the rookie class coming into Buffalo. So, always a pleasure talking to you, Brendan, and we'll see you later.
Yep.
So that was Brendan Harrington, and that's going to do it for this show. Please follow him on Twitter at Real Buffalo Cleveland, I think it is. And follow me at Dave Cres Sports. So for now, I will see you next time. Thank you.